got this here 6.5 Suburban, and we are putting on a bigger crossover pipe. I already took this one out. It's really not too bad. It's just 6 bolts and then it's out. There's a chance you may have to replace these gaskets. However, at least for right now, I'm going to reuse the original ones because they are in the pipe pretty good, up in the manifold pretty good. And I have had another 6.5 where I did tap them out. But the nice thing about having them reusing the originals is that they're stuck in there and you don't have to go back and forth between holding the pipe and holding the new gasket up in there. So I'm going to try to reuse the originals for right now. If I can't, I'll have to take these 6 bolts back out, drop it down, and replace them. It won't take too long. So I'm going to try to reuse them. Hopefully I don't have any leaks. But this is a new one that I got, I don't know, probably a couple years ago at this point. And I did have to tap take a hammer and tap a spot in there for the side of the transmission. It was hitting that right ear. I suppose I could just weld it off and forget that one, and kept it straight. But I mean, look inside, it hardly touches the inside, and overall this pipe is still significantly going to be better flowing than this right here. As you can see, it's just smaller total diameter. I believe it's 2" here and 2.5" here, and then the big thing is it doesn't get crimped on the bends. So look at this. Even the factory pipe had a little bit of an indent there, so I guess that was needed. But I'm gonna throw some anti-seize on here. I got some anti-seize. I'm gonna put them on these 6 bolts, and then we're gonna go get it in the truck. Let's see if we can't get a good view. Try to block some sun. But there's the pipe. As you can see, this gasket right here is in there pretty good. And we're just gonna try to reuse it. Put some anti-seize on. I have the drive shaft out at the moment. Certainly would make it easier if the drive shaft is out on your truck, but not necessary. And the other side, let's see, basically looks the same. However, you do have a couple wires that you need to keep out of the way so they don't touch the pipe. But this is essentially, and see, here's that part where the pipe's bent right here. I mean, in theory, as long as you got 1, 2 in your main brace, you can probably just zip that whole thing off if need be. It's just the very side, this flywheel bell housing cover. That's all it's for. So let's try to get this back up in there. Hopefully I don't have enough of a dent in there to get it in. So like I said, if I notice soot around here, I know this old gasket's not sealing, and I'll have to take it out and take a chisel and just try to chisel that out. But let's see what we can do. This is actually kind of a difficult install with only one set of hands, just because of you gotta hold it in place, set your length. It'll be easier once you take this off once or twice, but you gotta take it off, set your length, run these up there. Alright, as you can see, you've got one side in, and that looks pretty clean. Now, this center section right here is adjustable, so once you get your ends in and secured, you're going to do this last. And once this is done, this will never, the next time you put this in will be easier because it'll already be proper length. But let's get that other corner one in, and we should be pretty much good. Hopefully we can see right here, a couple of these bolts were rather difficult. Like I had easy access to this one. I had to use a wrench on this one because see, there's some of them do not have enough clearance between the pipe with the bigger pipe and the bolt, so you got a little bit more tricky on this. However, the good news is I do have enough. This is not touching right here, so that's good. This one in the back right here was it's definitely the loosest of the three because I can't get a socket on it. However, when I shake it, it feels super tight, so we're gonna see how it runs. Hopefully there's no leaks on there. But then just tighten the center piece, and then now you've got your perfect width. So once this is tight, I'll never need to I guess play with the distance again, because this will be permanent. And then on this side, as you can see, those were all lots of space on this side, especially with the drive shaft out. So those were all pretty straightforward. And then I don't really have a torque spec. I would just say, you know, I'm just using a, what's it called? I've just got a 1/2-inch ratchet on a pretty big extension, and I'm just getting it as tight as I can. Remember, it's gonna rust itself together. If you've stripped these, remember you can always just take a bolt, a stud, either a stud or a bolt, and just run it through and put a nut on one side and call it a day. Hopefully you can see that, and thanks for watching.